Hey guys, what's going on? In this video today, I want to give you 5 of the best tips that you can do for your newly planted citrus tree. So let's get into it. So guys, tip number 1, and that is to remove any surrounding grasses or weeds that are circling your citrus tree. So citrus trees absolutely hate competition, and especially newly planted citrus, because the feeder roots have a difficult time competing with buffalo grasses and all these kinds of weeds. So that's the first thing that we're going to do, guys, is get rid of all these weeds. So if you guys have stubborn weeds, you can use one of these 2-prong bonsai root pulling tools, and this works really great for taking out very stubborn weeds. Okay guys, so I got rid of all the weeds and grasses that were surrounding my citrus tree. So all I'm going to do now is just rake it all up so it looks a lot cleaner. Tip number 2, and that is to remove any fruit buds that are forming on your citrus tree. And I'll show you a close-up of that. So if you guys take a look on this orange tree, you can see there are fruit buds forming. Now, if we leave these on the tree, all the energy is going to go into that fruit, and it's not going to go into developing these new scaffold points. So on a newly planted citrus tree, you want to take off the fruit for the first couple of years, like that. Or you can use a pair of secateurs, and that's another safe way to get rid of all the fruits. So now you guys can allow all the energy to go into forming these new scaffolds that are going to develop all the fruit branches. So we're going to quickly do that. Tip number 3, and that is to add a compost product or a wood chip product all around the tree, and that's going to make a huge difference for a newly planted citrus tree like this. So by leaving the soil bare here, the feeder roots are going to develop slower and they're going to have a harder time trying to reach out. So guys, by adding this mulch product, you're going to allow the feeder roots of the citrus tree to grow a lot quicker. Very simply, all we're going to do is take a Stanley knife like this, or a utility knife, make an X pattern on your bag soil, and then what we're going to do with that is we're going to dump it all around the citrus tree like that. Make sure we get all of it out. And you don't have to use bag products, you can use any kind of compost. You can buy a compost in bulk, that's going to work really great too. And once we've done that, all we're going to do is just rake it out and make a little tree ring around the citrus tree, just like that. Now guys, I want to show you, very importantly, not what to do when you do this. It's very important here that you understand how the citrus tree works. This is the graft point and this is the sign wood. So this bit here, we don't want to cover it. You don't want to do this and cover it up like that. You want to make sure that you leave a little bit of a exposed area here so that the water can go in easily and we don't do any damage to that graft point. Tip number 4, that is going to be to fertilize your newly planted citrus tree once a month with a pelletized chicken manure like this. And all you're going to do is you're going to go around the feeder roots. So the feeder roots are going to be around here. Now guys, the worst mistake you can do when fertilizing your citrus tree with this is to fertilize right here. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you fertilize around here, because that's where the feeder roots are going to go out. So we're going to fertilize where we want the citrus tree roots to grow. So guys, all you're going to do is around 2 to 3 scoops around the feeder roots of the citrus tree. So just like that. In spring and summer, you want to do this once a month, and in winter you can do it every 2 to 3 months, because the growth is slowing down a lot there and the tree's metabolism is not really needing anything. Guys, that was 2 scoops. We'll do 1 more And just like that, we'll go around the entire tree. So I'll just break up this bit here because the rain got into there. And that's it, guys. Okay, guys, the last tip, tip number 5, and that is to deeply water your newly planted citrus tree at least once a week, or if not every 4 to 5 days. That's going to make a huge difference and allow the feeder roots to grow out and find nutrients. So just like this, guys, we're going to water the entire area around our newly planted citrus. That's going to help water in all those nutrients and get that mulch settled into the soil beneath that, which is all clay. Now, guys, if you're using a 9-litre watering can like this one here, you're going to do about 2 or 3 of those once a week or every 4 to 5 days. And guys, that's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the 5 best tips you can do for newly planted citrus trees. If you enjoyed it, drop a like below, drop a comment below, and if you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing to the channel for future content just like this. And guys, as always, happy gardening.